Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today I have my buys and buys. So I did get this video idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Anne and I always do have her link down below. But this is the video where every month I go over my empties and my purchases for the month. So it goes up every 14th, so we discuss the month prior. So I have my August empties and my August purchases. We also talk about my beauty budget and how I am doing. So right now I am on a controlled buy, and so that means that every pay period, so I get paid every 2 weeks, so 26 pay periods per year. And I'm going to go on a tangent in 1 second, but I put $75 per paycheck into a savings account, and that is the bank that I get to use my beauty budget out of. But I have my big old trash can container here full of empties. So let me go ahead, let me run my little intro thing. Then I'm going to go on a dog rant for a moment, and then we will get into my items. Okay, so dog rant, and it has nothing to do, well, it has a little bit to do with my dogs. So as I was setting up all my equipment, I had my window open because it's actually like a really rainy and stormy day. I saw a like white thing go by my window and I'm like, what is that? So I go outside and there's a freaking French bulldog running around the neighborhood. So I have the little French bulldog in a crate in a bathroom right there. And so my dogs are very interested to see who is in their house, but I will not let them interact with each other just for everybody's safety, basically. And so that's the update. Like, I just went running out in the rain to get this dog. So bless this makeup for looking like it does, because I was just out in the rain. But, so if you hear extra squeaking and extra pacing of the dogs, it's because I have a visitor that I'm trying to find where his home is. And beyond that, a couple other kind of little updates and things, but update on Malcolm. Malcolm has kind of taken a turn and not for the better. I'm going to kind of leave it at that. And again, if something does end up happening with him, I'll put it on my community tab or I'll put it on Instagram or something. But we took a little bit of a turn a couple days ago. So that's the update on him. Kind of shifting gears and kind of getting my brain back into filming mode. But this video is actually going up on my birthday. So my birthday is September 14th. I am turning 30. You guys, did I just say 30? I'm going back and I'm editing this and I just said I'm turning 30. What world am I living in? Which I talk about my wrinkles, and so here is natural light where I have my smile lines, and I'm very happy to have my smile lines, but disregard, my brain is in so many different places. But an update on the little French bulldog, it got picked up by animal control and he has a chip, so he's getting back home. But apparently for that split moment while filming, I thought I was turning 30 instead of 40. So let me go ahead and continue on with the video. I'm filming this the day ahead of time, so good Lord, Erin, give yourself more time for editing. But that is just how it ended up turning out for my work schedule. But I'm filming this on the 13th. I'm currently on leave from work, so I don't have to work for the next like 5 days, which is fabulous. But I am turning 40 tomorrow, which is today for you guys. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. It's a number. It's a number that I didn't really have in my head. If I think back to like my early 20s when I was like, okay, what's it going to be like being an adult? I never pictured what 40 would look like. So I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be aging. I'm happy to be topside. So I am very thankful for all of those things going on in my life. But let me go ahead. I'm going to take everything out of my bucket here. I'm going to lay it out in my categories so that we can go over my empties. Okay, bucket is empty, and when I say this bucket was full, it was full with like a lot of little things, but I have a lot of items here in front of me. So let me put my bucket down. I have everything categorized, and we will go through these empties. So let's do the one-offs real quick. And so I do have a hair care empty, and this is one of my Shea Moisture hair masks. And so this one is the Manuka Honey and Mafura. I think I looked that up last time, but Mafura, Mafura oil. So this is one of their intensive hydrating hair masks. I really do love the Shea Moisture masks. And they smell fabulous. But as you guys can see, that is totally scraped out and clean. And this one is my hair care empty for August. I'm one product in and these dogs are already driving me crazy. But another one off, which is actually a really exciting empty, is I have a full-size perfume empty. So this is the Marc Jacobs Perfect. This is the regular one, so it's not the sweet one and it's not the intense one. And so as you guys can see, that thing is completely done. I got everything I could out of there. Now, I really do like the Marc Jacobs fragrances. I like Perfect and I like Daisy Love. And actually, I have a travel size of Perfect right now that I'm using. And I'm almost like anticipating when it's gone, wanting it again, because it's just such an easy fragrance. It smells good on me. It doesn't turn weird on my skin. So I really do love the Marc Jacobs fragrances. But I'm curious, when did I buy this? So, because, you know, we always say, like, how long does it take us to actually get through things? So I bought this fragrance in 2021. So it took me 3 years to go through a full size. But love this. Would definitely repurchase because I love the smell. The bottle is adorable with little, like, bananas and dominoes and a shoe on there, and it has a kitty cat and some cherries and stuff, so it is just adorable. So I really did love that fragrance. So let's go into skincare. Well, let's do the one body care thing. So I did use up one of my Paula's Choice weightless body treatments with 2% BHA. So I use this on my chest and on my arms for my KP. And so I did go through one of these. I ended up getting, I think this one here I got for free with like an order, like a gift with purchase. And after I tried it, I really did like it. So I have repurchased quite a few of these. I have 2 big ones in backup, which I'm going to open a new one. And then I have a travel size mini one also. So really do love this product. I've actually been seeing this at Marshall's and TJ Maxx because actually yesterday I picked up another one of these at Marshall's for like $5 because it was on clearance. And I even checked that it was still sealed, so win for me. But I have been able to find these at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. So if you guys are looking for a body lotion with a BHA in it, see if this is at your local kind of discount store. So that's my one body care empty. Then we are looking at my skincare empties. So I did use up, Anara is pacing and Anara is so upset that that dog is in that bathroom. She is so upset. But she's also my reactive dog that I don't trust around dogs that are new. So she is definitely not getting to say hello to him. So this is one of the Hello Hydration Daily Moisturizers from e.l.f. I picked up like 4 or 5 of these at the end of last year for extremely cheap because they were like on sale. Then I got to use like a discount on top of it. And so I used up another one of these. This is kind of the perfect weight of moisturizer for me. If you are brand new to my channel, hello. This video is chaotic just because of what is happening in my house right now. But like I said, I'm turning 40 the day you're seeing this. I have an oily T-zone and I do live in a hot and humid climate in Florida. So we did just have the remnants of, was it Francis or Francine or something, whatever the hurricane was. So we just had the remnants of that. So we're having more and more of the rain bands coming through. So for my hot and humid climate, this really is a good moisturizer for me. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it hydrates, it does its thing, and I got these for like $4 each on sale. So definitely love these, and you get everything out of them with the airless pumps, and so this is definitely a good deal. And I still have, I think, 2 of these. I've used up, this is my second one of the year that I've used up, and I still have 2 more in my skincare fridge, but this one is a constant repurchase. So the next skincare empty, you guys saw this be done in my deck of panning, and that is one of my Innisfree green tea emulsions, and I had my little markings here where I use this up. I was using this in the place of like a hydrating toner in my daytime skincare. I love these. I actually have another one in backup. I love the Innisfree toners. I recently did ask you guys for recommendations for K-Beauty, and I did place a Yes Style order, so it should be here. I don't think it's even left the warehouse yet. They said, hey, your package is waiting to get picked up type of thing, so I don't know how long it's going to take from there. But I do have another K-Beauty toner coming that I'm going to be interested in trying once my other emulsion is gone. Because Innisfree has gotten to be a little bit expensive. They used to be like reasonable, but now they're a little expensive. So I am trying to find other skincare items that I can use instead of some of the Innisfree products. But I love their green tea line. My skin loves it. And I do know that a lot of K-Beauty like does have like green tea lines. And so I will have no problem finding something, but I will just be trying out the new toner once it gets here. Let's see here. I used up a tube of Differin gel, and so I went to a dermatologist for the first time last year or early this year. I can't even remember, but I went to the dermatologist for the first time because bless it, I don't know why I've never gone before, especially with my skin issues. But I was talking about, of course, like my hormonal acne and my pore cloggage and just like anti-aging as far as like holding off the wrinkles and stuff like that, which bless it. And again, maybe since I am in a new decade and I'm so much wiser now, I think that I don't want my face to age a whole lot, but I also realize that the wrinkles around my eyes and the wrinkles here are because I smile so much. And the wrinkles up here is because my eyes are expressive and I have the joy of interacting with people every day where my face does get to be expressive. So like there's the good parts, but then there's the parts where I'm just like, okay, can we not wrinkle so quickly and so deep? How about we not do that? But Differin gel. My dermatologist recommended me trying Differin gel first, and so I went through a tube of this. I don't really see any difference. I did buy another tube whenever it was on sale on Ulta, and I had some points, but I think when I go back to her for my like annual kind of skin checkup, I think I am going to ask for a prescription, especially because I can probably get the prescription for cheaper than what I pay for this over the counter. So I might go with like a tretinoin or something like that. I'll have to ask her and see what she feels is best. But I did go through a tube of Differin gel. I guess this works for some people, but I did not really see a whole lot. I don't even know why I bought a second tube. Maybe because I thought magically the second tube would show different results. But for me, I haven't seen any big changes in my skin after using this. Then we have one of my ordinary face oils. So this is the Rose Hip Seed Oil. And I tracked it just for my own knowledge. So the French Bulldog is squeaking. Anara is barking. Jesus, take the wheel. That's all I can say. But Empty Rose Hip Seed Oil. It took me quite a few months to get done with this. So I'm happy with the ordinary oils. I'm using the marula oil right now. So I kind of go back and forth between the rose hip seed oil and the marula oil. They're both really, really great, and I've repurchased them time and time again. So when I start running low on the marula oil, I'll go back to this one as well. So Empty face oil. The last skincare product, Empty, that I have is just a little sample kind of travel mini. So this is the Supergoop Glow Screen. And I got this as either a point perk or something whenever I ordered from Sephora. And so I've used up full-size tubes of the Glow Screen in the past, and so I wanted to try it again. I'm not as much of a fan of it now as I was in the past. And I think I had even told you guys that like I cannot wear this on its own. This has to be under makeup SPF because you look like a freaking Tin Man and it looks weird if you wear this on its own. So it served its purpose. I was able to use up another SPF in my collection, but this is the glow screen I would not go back to because I'd rather have a sunscreen that leaves nothing and then I can add glow with like the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter stuff. Like I can add glow as I want, not that it's built into a skincare product. So this is Empty, but not a repurchase anymore. Plus, you can get some really good sunscreens for a lot cheaper than Supergoop. That is for sure. So let's get into the makeup empties. And a lot of these did come from my project pan, so they will look familiar to you guys. But the first one, and I won't stay on this for too long because I have been talking about this over the past X amount of months in my project pan, but this is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiant Foundation, and so I did use this one up completely. I think I got like 107 uses out of this total, using about 2 pumps per application. As I said in my project pan, I'm not going to repurchase this. It was a little bit too thick for my liking, even though the coverage was nice. It wore okay, but also the cucumber scent of this, like the Bath and Body Works circa 2001 kind of cucumber melon scent of this was not appealing. It was not my jam back then. It is not my jam now. So this is an empty. Glad to have. Is this my second foundation empty of the year or my third? This is my third foundation, and like full size foundation. This is my third foundation empty for the year. So that is super exciting. Going right along with my foundation is I do have another empty primer. So this is my Holy Grail e.l.f. Jelly Pot Primer. I did cut it open and kind of got everything out of there. One is number 8 out of 21. See if you can see that. Number 8 out of 21. So I am going through my primers, but this one is done. I usually get between like 60 to 67 uses on these, so they last me a couple months, but I love this. It is the I was gonna say foundation, but no, it's the primer that I'm wearing underneath my foundation today. I don't even know where I was because I had to open the door so that the stray dog could see me, so that he would be quiet, so that the other dogs would be quiet. Primer's done. Love this. Glad to have it. Glad to have another one done. We will leave it at that. Oh, another primer. All right. So this one is actually in my 24 and 2024. So you guys will be seeing an update on that. I update it every quarter, so maybe that's at the beginning of October. But this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer Prime on the Go. So it's just a mini. I did not like this, but I did power through it. So it's supposed to be a pore filling primer, but I felt like it was almost too slippy to where like it didn't actually stick into the pores to create that smoothing effect. So as soon as I put my makeup on, like this slid off, and so it did nothing. I am still on the hunt for a decent pore filling primer, and I only need a tiny one. I know there is the e.l.f. like poreless putty like liquid primer that a lot of people enjoy, but since I need such a little amount of it, I'd be interested in maybe getting a mini if I can find one. So this one's gone, so that is another empty for my 24 and 2024 that you guys will see coming up, but happy to have this little guy finally done because it's taken me like a year and a half. It should not take a year and a half to get through a mini primer, but I wasn't a fan of it, so I was kind of like forcing myself to use it. But that one's done. Let me do the one product that isn't a lip product. And so I do have an empty for my Thrive mascara. So this one is the Liquid Lash Volumizer. So this is not the like Holy Grail viral mascara from Thrive, but I did get this in a FabFitFun. Now, this is a tubing mascara, but look at how big this freaking wand is. Like, compared to my eye, I'm touching my lashes. It takes up my whole eye. Who's using this brush? Is this a brush for giants? Is this brushes for like Wonder Woman and the Amazonian women who are huge? Like, who is this brush for? So every time I use this mascara, I mean, the formula is great. It creates a nice fluffy lash. Like, it is tubing, so like it didn't flake or smudge on me. So it did all the things. But every time I used this freaking mascara, it got all over the place just because of how big the brush is. So I powered through it. I did use it for 3 months. So typically I will use my mascaras for 3 months and then I call it quits. There's no reason for me to be hanging on to mascaras for, you know, like 9, 10, 11 months. There's no reason. So I did get through this. It dried out relatively quickly. And I don't know if that is the nature of a, tubing formula, but it already felt a little dry whenever I first opened it, but then it just got drier and drier as we went along. And also the marketing of mascaras, that this cap is extremely heavy. So whatever this cap is filled with, this, now that this is empty, this is very, very lightweight. This has some weight to it. So when you pick up a product and you're like, ooh, it has a nice weight in my hand, probably if I busted open this cap, we'd see like washers or something in there. So little tip and trick of the trade to make our products feel heavier than they actually are. So everything else is lip products. Oh, except for one that I'll do at the end. So these two you guys know because these were in my project pan. So I did finish up my ColourPop lip liner in Oh Snap. So this one is completely done. It is just a little nub. Everything fell out of there, so this one is done. I love the ColourPop lip liners. I think, what did I say? I started this at the beginning of the year and I finished it at the end of August, so I got 8 full months out of this lip liner. So great bang for your buck, but I don't need to go on and on about those. The other one for my project pan is my Marc Jacobs lipstick in Infamous. So this one is completely done. I did dig everything out and I created a cream blush with it. So this lipstick I had been working on since last June. So it took me a year and 2 months. And like I said, I created a cream blush out of it. It is a beautiful shade. Marc Jacobs is no more, but they're supposed to be coming back next year. So we shall see what Marc Jacobs comes out with. And this is the same thing. This is really heavy and this is really light, but there is a magnetic closure in here, but they have something weighted in the top of this cap that makes it have that good heavy smack to the magnetic closure. But glad to have a regular cream lipstick done in my collection. So we have 3 other lip products. So I have one of my lip products that I like put in my little Amazon squeezy tubes. I think it's so funny when people are like, oh, I don't like squeezy tubes. I'm like, I love squeezy tubes. If I could put every lip product in a squeezy tube and do away with doe foots, unless you absolutely need the precision of a doe foot, put it in a squeezy tube. So I decanted a lot of my products and I put them in squeezy tubes. So you guys can see that one is scraped out as much as I could. But what was in here was my e.l.f. Reviver Lip Oil, and this was in Coral Fixation. I didn't really like the minty flavor behind the e.l.f. lip oils, so I wanted to get done with this as soon as possible, but I also wanted to add a little bit more color to it, so I mixed in one of my Too Faced Hangover RX Bombs. This was from the holiday kit, and this one was in Spiced Cider. So these two here were mixed into this, and I used it up. So this means 2 more lip products, and then the last lip product to go, he's in there trying to make himself, I put a blanket in there for him, so he's in there making himself comfortable with the blanket. But the last lip product that I have done is my little Tower 28, what do they call this? The lip jelly, and this is in pistachio. So this did come as a point perk or like the free with purchase from Sephora. I've always wanted to try this formula, so I had this in my purse, and you guys can see I used this thing up. I scraped it clean. Nothing is left in there. So I did like this formula, but I don't think that it's anything better than what you could possibly get at the drugstore. So while Tower 28 sometimes is on the lower end of high end at Sephora, I don't see a need for me to get full sizes of this. Plus it was a very runny gloss to where I almost felt like if I was putting it on and I held this upside down, I felt like the gloss would just come dripping out of it. So if any of you have full sizes of these, have you ever accidentally like dripped them out because you were holding the tube funny? Let me know y'all's experience. But that means with the lip liner that I already dropped in my bucket, I have 4 of these. So full size, and 2 minis. So that is my lip empties. And again, I'm at this point in the year where like I will start seeing my lip products go and be done. And that makes me so happy because I went on a lip buying rampage. So it is good that I'm getting these rolled out. But we have our 4 lip empties plus a lip liner. So that leaves 1 more empty and 1 declutter / trash item. So my last empty is a clear coat, and this is from INLP. This is their glass candy. That's what they call their top coat. And there's dog hair all over it because there's dog hair on everything. But it got so thick down there that I wasn't able to get it out. Like it's barely moving as I'm holding it sideways. So I just called this quits. But I did like this top coat. I liked this top coat better than the Holo Taco one. And I think I've just made up my mind that I like INLP polishes better than Holo Taco. And actually, this manicure is a little bit old. It's a couple days old, so it's a little bit rough. But this is another shade. It kind of has some hollow flakes in it. But I wanted some cool tone shades for fall time. And so I did place another order with INLP. And so this one is called Pitter Patter, which again is a very cute name. But I loved the cool tones that I ended up picking up, but you guys will see those in my next month's buys and buys because that was a purchase for September. But I did not repurchase the top coat from INLP because I feel like just the Sally Hansen, which I did purchase this one in August. So let me grab it and I'll show you what I replaced it with because technically it was a purchase, but I didn't put it on my thing because I'm not charging myself for nail polish. But let me grab it. So I ended up getting just the Sally Hansen Insta-Dry, and so this is like $3 at Walmart or Target, and this does a fabulous job, and it's quick drying. So I feel like I can just go and purchase these all the time and not have to pay $10 for a more indie top coat unless there's something completely special about a different top coat. I don't feel like I need to go back to these ones when I have something like this that's readily available at the grocery store basically. So technically this is a purchase for August, and so I did end up replacing my top coat. And then my Declutter is another nail polish, and this is my OPI black nail polish, and this was the one that I was using to mark my project pan items, but you guys had said, hey, just leave it in your inventory, even if you're using it as just a panning tool. Well, it has gotten to the point that even me adding a bunch of nail polish thinner to it is doing nothing. So I was able to get this one down to about there at the bottom. So it did not have a whole lot left in it, but no amount of me pouring nail polish thinner in here is going to save this. So this one is going to be a trash / declutter. I do have the one coat black from Holo Taco, so I still have a black polish if I want to use one. I just don't need to keep this in my collection. So you guys tell me, should I consider this a declutter or should I consider this a done because of how low down it is, because it's not functioning anymore? I used as much of it as I could. Would we consider this an empty? You guys let me know down below. But let me look at my numbers because we had a lot of items and some big ticket items, especially with the fragrance that ended up getting done. But let me look at my total numbers. So and let me make sure that this number so this number does include everything. So I used up $305.93 of empties this month. And so that puts me at a total for the year of $1,497.35. So I'm almost to that $1,500 mark. I'm sure if I would have included this as an empty, I would have gotten to that $1,500 mark. Now I do have an arbitrary goal to use up $2,000 worth of products per year. That is just me staying mindful of using up a little bit more monetarily than what I am bringing in. So I feel really good with where my numbers are at and having a $300 month. I don't think I've had a month that good all year. Yeah, this is my highest month of empties at $300. So this feels really, really good. Again, we had the high ticket item of, this was a $90 fragrance, which nowadays this size is like $110. And I'm like, God, things have gotten so expensive. But this was the biggest ticket item. The other big ticket item was the Paula's Choice body lotion. That's $29 retail. The different gel was almost $30 retail. So definitely we had some higher ticket items, but this really, this pushed us over the edge with $90. But again, this is a full-size fragrance that I've been able to use up. So very happy with my numbers. But let me put all of this away and let me bring out my purchases and we will quickly go over those because there is a lot less purchases than there are empties. All right, now on to purchases. So I spent some time at like a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls, and I probably shouldn't be in there, but I can't help myself. And actually, that time that I went in, I'm glad that I did because I found two Innisfree products. So these are the main hydrating base to my daytime serum that I create. And so this is the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And so I take this and I mix in my caffeine solution and also my niacinamide, and this is how I create my daytime serum. So I did find two of those there. With these, I found them for $12.99 each, which these usually retail for $29 or $30. So very happy to find these. Like usually whenever I'm looking through a Marshalls, like I am trying to scope out the packaging for Innisfree. Like I'm looking for it. And so I was very happy to have found those. But that was my first purchase. Second purchase I ended up doing on Amazon. And because I can't help myself and I feel like I always need this in my collection, I did pick up another Misha BB cream. And so this is also in shade 21. This is my shade that I love to use that is that grayish, like beigeish shade. So I do love this. I'm currently mixing this in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which makes it a perfect consistency for me. But I did pick up another one of these, $9.90, and I will constantly repurchase this. This is probably number 4 that I've gone through, 3 or 4 that I've actually been doing my tracking. So love that one. Let's see. During that same order, I did pick up a perfume. So this is another one that I kind of felt like I was missing a lot because I used up the full size and then I used up the mini. And this is, I always mispronounce the actual, I know it's not Moschino. It is, it just looks like Moschino. It just looks like Moschino to me. But this is Toy 2. And so I had used up this size of the bottle last year, I believe, and I love, there's something so nostalgic about this fragrance, and it's so fresh and so clean smelling, and to me it smells like when I was like 12 or 13 years old and I would go to the mall and let's go to the mall, you won't be sorry. My mom would give me $10 and me and my little girlfriends would run into Claire's and we'd pick out our little chokers or we would pick out a hair accessory or something. Like, it smells like Claire's. And so if you guys have that memory from like the early 90s of going to the mall and like just rummaging through all the rhinestones and just how that store felt and smelled, and like, I don't know, there was something magical about Claire's to a little girl. It really is. So this is so nostalgic because it brings me back to that like childhood, carefree, like looking at all the sparkly things. Like, this is where this takes me. And I never understood also how some people will like spray fragrance on themselves before they go to bed because some things are just so overpowering that I can't do it. I spray this on myself before I go to bed. Like, I want to fall asleep to the joys of, 12-year-old Erin getting sparkly things. Like, I want to fall asleep to that. But even just having this for a month, I am all the way down, let me see, top of those letters. I'm all the way down there. Let's see, can we see it better on the back? Oh yeah, you guys can see. That's a month worth of use. I am spraying the crap out of this thing. Now, on Amazon, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is fake. The bottle looks real. The bottle feels real. It smells the same. I got this for $35, and that to me is absolutely incredible. So I watch the deals on Amazon for some fragrances, and sometimes they will go on sale very, very cheap. Now, I am not charging myself for fragrances because I am, number one, I don't have a problem with fragrances, but also I'm going through what I am purchasing. And so I would not be surprised if this was an empty by this time next year. I can easily see myself going through that full size. I did purchase one more thing from Amazon, but it was a different day. And I ended up going with one of y'all's recommendations, and I picked up a Korean sunscreen. And this is this is the Sun by Me, and this is the V10 Hyal Air Fit Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. So this has niacinamide and the, is it HYAL, Hale Complex, whatever that is. I'm going to have to look it up. But let's see here. So I wanted to try one of the Korean sunscreens. This one had reviews about it not being greasy. And I love this. This is so good. This is so good. It is, let me put, I started using it because I wanted to be able to give a review for this video. So it does come out white. Let's see where my camera likes it. But as soon as I put it on, like, it turns into nothing. And of course, I'm paler than pale. So do not take my word for it if you have a darker skin tone, but I get no cast with this. So I am very, very impressed. And this being an SPF 50 makes me so, so happy that I'm getting that extra protection, because a lot of the mainstream ones in the US are either 30 or 40. And so it's like having an SPF 50 is fabulous. So I am loving this. I actually did pick up another SPF in the Yes Style order that's coming. So I'm going to be excited about trying that one as well. But so far, this one, I could see myself going back to this one. And for $12.20 and being able to order it on Amazon, can't beat it. So happy to have this one. Then I went back to Marshall's because why the heck not? And so, oh, this was a TJ Maxx. Never mind. TJ Maxx. But I picked up another Innisfree product because, like I said, I am always on the hunt for those Innisfree products. But this is my holy grail, my green tea amino acid facial cleanser. So this is like, it turns from a cream to a foam, and so it's not stripping. It feels so, so good. So I use this in the morning to wash my face. This is like the fourth one. I have this marked down as number 4. I've gone through 3 of these already. The one that I have in my bathroom right now is almost done, so that's why I did a repurchase, but I found this for $7.99. I think this retails for $12 now, so very happy to have another one of my holy grail cleansers. While I was there too, I did pick up another thing of my facial cottons because I think when I did my last video, I realized that I was down to just like one of the mini packs. And so I found these, how much were these? $8.99. So I found this big pack for $8.99. This thing will last me forever, and I'm always happy to be able to find them at the TJ Maxx. Let's see here. Oh, this one here, I considered this a beauty tool. I did not take this out of my skincare budget because it's a cotton round. So I hope that makes sense whenever I end up putting up my numbers. Now, this next one, as I throw those on my bucket, this next one I did not pull out of my shower because actually like the writing is starting to like come off of it, which is weird because it's like I only bought it less than a month ago, but this was a recommendation from It's Just Steph, and she recommended the raw sugar conditioner. And so I do dye my hair. Actually, I dyed my hair last night, and I'm going darker for the fall. So I did put a little bit of dye in my eyebrows too to darken them a little bit, but the next time that you guys see me with my hair down, it'll be very evident that my hair is darker. But I did just dye my hair last night. I wanted to look good for my birthday, but my hair is dry because I do color treat it. And so she had recommended the raw sugar conditioners, and oh my God, if my hair does not feel so freaking soft after using that conditioner. So I picked it up at a Target, and I got it the dry hair formula because that's kind of, I want to put as much moisture in my hair as possible, and I am loving that. So like I said, I've only used it for the past 3 weeks, and so we'll see whenever I'm done with the whole bottle what my feelings are on it, but so far loving that conditioner. And then the last item, which is actually the item that's on my eyes and the item that nobody is surprised by, is I did pick up the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. So whenever I got this in the mail, I took a picture of it and I sent it to Andy, and I said, why is it that all I can think about whenever I say I need a warm just fill in the blank with whatever your little 12-year-old heart feels like. And I was like, I have the humor of a 12-year-old boy because my mind goes straight to the gutter. And if you have either somebody like me who has their mind stuck in the gutter, or if you have a husband, boyfriend, brother, best friend, whoever, ask them to say, okay, I need you to fill in the blank at the end of this sentence. I need a warm blank. And just have them fill it in with whatever their little heart contains. And I'm sure it'll be fun for all of us. But this is a beautiful, more neutral, warm leaning palette. I do have the duochrome on my eyes today right there. And so I've used all the mattes and I've used quite a few shimmers. There are, how many have I not used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have not used 5 of the shimmers already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of the shimmers I have not dipped into yet, which is surprising. But the matte formula in here is beautiful. This cream to powder down here is probably the best cream to powder formula I have ever tried from Natasha Denona, and I am only missing one of her mid-size palettes, and that's the like black and gray one because but I have every single other mid-size palette, and this is the best cream to powder in all of them. So take that for what it is. She has been consistently working on her formula, and we have been seeing the changes. We've been seeing the innovation that she has. These shimmer shades are just beautiful. You're getting more reflect, you're getting more shimmer, but it's still smooth. It's not chunky. It's not a topper. You're getting really good shadows in here. So I think out of the Natasha Denona formulas that have been coming out over the past 2 years, I really don't feel like you can go wrong. If one of them is your color story, I don't think that you can go wrong. So this is something I'm still testing this out. Hopefully by the time my No Pan Left Behind rolls around, I will have used every shade in here so that I can come back and like give you more information on the rest of the shimmers that I have not dipped into yet. But a beautiful palette. No complaints, no notes. Just a beautiful, warm palette. Now, this would have been fabulous if it came out in the beginning of summer, but hey, I am not on her marketing team. But I did use a discount code, so I got that palette for $54. So if I'm looking at my overall budget, so I ended last month, or I ended July with $25.71. I had 3 paychecks in August, which that's what saved me. So we had what? 170 or 150 plus 75. So we had 225 go into the bank. I did use $110.07 out of my bank, and so that left me with a total of $140.64 rolling into September. So that felt like really good, comfortable numbers. Now, if we're looking at my total spend for the year on makeup, I've spent $544. For skincare, I've spent $286. For palettes, I've spent $393. And I'll tell you why I'm laughing if you're new. For hair care is $61. Perfumes is $64. And then beauty tools is about $105. Reason I'm laughing about the palettes is because I gave myself a budget of $400 for the year for palettes. So what do I have? $6 left over, and still we have like 4 more months of palette releases, with Natasha Denona apparently releasing another palette before the end of the year. What is going on? But I did tell myself that if I still had money left over in my beauty budget by the end of the year, that I could roll some of that over into purchasing more palettes, because I still do have $450 left in makeup, $260 left in skincare, and then $6.05 left in palettes. So I definitely will have to steal from another budget if I want to buy more palettes, which I probably will because the palettes that are coming out are gorgeous. But I'm doing really good with my budget. I love that I'm rolling $140 into September because again, we're coming up on Brow Day, which is at the end of, which is like the first or second day of October. So I'm going to need to restock on some brow products. And then of course we have Black Friday coming up, which I'm going to restock on a lot of stuff during that time as well. So feeling good about the budget. Now, I did want to, actually, let me put all this stuff away so I don't drop anything. I did want to quickly touch on what my husband ended up getting me for my birthday. So, my husband and I are we do gift giving very like analytically and very logically, where even for Christmas, we will say, okay, this is our budget. So let's say $300 that we can spend on each other for Christmas. And we'll send each other like links to 10 things. Now the 10 things might add up to, of course, more than 300, but we basically say, okay, for the rest of the year, these 10 things we're not going to buy for ourselves because it's a possibility of us getting it as a gift. And so basically, if you buy whatever off of that 10 item list, as long as you stay within your $300 budget, then we know that we're going to be satisfied with our Christmas presents. Because my husband has awful taste in jewelry. And I mean, I put on jewelry for camera, but I don't wear jewelry any other time. So he's like, hey, just tell me what you want because he has no idea what I want. And usually what he wants is so expensive that I'm like, here is your budget and you can go and buy, you can spend the rest of your money and buy what you want. But I had sent him to a training class at the beginning of the year. And I sent him to that class and it was like $200. So he's like, hey, you have $200 for your birthday. What do you want? So I decided to take kind of a plunge and try this out. And I ended up buying one of the ULike hair removal lights type thing. It's the IPL hair removal devices. So I think this is the Air 10. It is the bigger one of the two because I did want to end up using it on, does it say if it's the Air 1 or the Air 10 or whatever? I think this is the Air 10, but it was the more expensive or the bigger one of the two. And so it's the purple one. But I got this to do on my face and on my underarms. So that's where I'm trying it. But I also wanted to get the bigger one because eventually I want to use this on my legs and I wanted the bigger light to be able to cover more space. So I have been using this for about 2 weeks. Usually it takes, I think they said about a month of consistent use to see some sort of results, and then you kind of have to like keep at it. It's easy to do. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. To me, it's not painful. And so I have been enjoying, again, like I will wash my face in the morning because you have to do it on clean face. I'll wash my face in the morning. I'll plug this in. I'll zap around where I need to zap around. I'll zap around on the armpits, and then I go about my day. So very interesting. I'm interested in the technology. I'm interested to see how this goes. I think it's fun that we are able to have this technology at home now. Of course, you have to wear your safety goggles. Like you have to protect your eyes because this is pulse light. So definitely I'm being safe with it, but I'm so interested to see how this turns out. I know Andy was like, hey, tell me an update on it. Tell me if you like it. So I'm definitely going to have to come back and give a little bit of an update on my feelings. Actually, I need to do this today because you do it every other day. So I'm on that day. So after I take a shower tonight, after I'm all clean, I'll do this before bed. But it really has not been a whole lot of like time to do this. Now, once I start to do my legs, that'll take a little bit more time just because, of course, it's a larger area to do, but it's so easy and it doesn't hurt. So very excited about trying this out. So thankful for my husband who was just like, he wasn't like, oh, but what if it doesn't work? He was just like, hey, it's your birthday money. Whatever you want to do with it, spend it how you want. So I am very, very thankful to him and I'm very happy to try this out and report back to you guys if it works or not. Of course, ULike does not know who I am because I know there's so many sponsored videos out there. So they don't know who I am. I bought it with my own money. No codes, no nothing. This is me trying this because it is so painful for me to shave that I am looking for any other option out there. So This is my like. I want this to work because other options. I don't mind waxing, but I can't wax my legs. That hurts too much, is me waxing my legs. But that is everything that I picked up in the month of August. So still looking really good on the budget. Very happy about that, except for my palette budget. We'll have to see about adjusting that for next year, but very, very excited. And I will have to report back for you guys on a lot of these products. But it just started raining again. My husband is on the way home and we're going to figure out what to do with the little stray that we have in the bathroom. But we will, I have my day cut out for me. And then, like I said, my birthday is tomorrow, the day that you guys are seeing this. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so glad that you're here with me. I'm so glad that we hit our goal of 2,000. I know I said it in my last video, but I'm still just on cloud 9. You guys have been fabulous. Your love and support and prayers for Malcolm are also warming my little heart, especially with an upcoming decision that we are going to have to be making. So, but I'm going to go ahead. I have to edit this tonight and get it uploaded, so let me go ahead and do that. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to encourage you to do all the things. So hit a thumbs up on this video. Let me know that you are enjoying my content. If you're lurking, if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free for you, but it really does help me out. So I appreciate you guys for hitting that button down there. Also, leave me a comment. What was your favorite purchase of August? How are you guys doing? All of my other September birthdays out there, happy birthday to all of us. I know it's Virgos and a little bit of Libras, but do we have the one above us too in September? You guys are going to have to let me know. Everybody tells me that I have a Virgo personality, and I'm like, sure, why not? I was actually born like 3 weeks early, so I was supposed to be a Libra. But I'm going to go ahead and go. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to wish you guys a beautiful day, and I'll catch you in my next one.